Now that we've covered 3 potential fire openers, let's get into the Fire Mage win conditions, which we can use to round out the game and secure that dub. More often than not, the win condition for a Fire Mage is generating a huge combustion and dealing unhealable damage. So let's walk through how Zico achieves this in his game against RLS. So first off, as always, Zico fishes for a Pyroblast proc. He does this by spamming Scorch and getting a hot streak. Following this, he then reapplies his living bombs on the off target so that he can get good pressure on him while he does his go on the kill target, as well as giving him multiple opportunities to generate his tailoring and trinket procs. With his hot streak at the ready, Zico then pushes towards the enemy shaman, placing them in a Frost Nova, all the while his trinket modifier has procced from one of the living bombs on the DPS. He then pops his on use and shatters a huge pyroblast on the shaman and applies his living bomb. Unfortunately, here, the shaman is able to dispel his ignite before he combusts, but because he has so many modifiers, he sends the combustion anyway and follows up with a blanket silence to prevent any further dispels. His partner then coils the shaman, and Zico follows up with a Scorch to try and fish for a crit, and then uses Dragon's Breath on the shaman, allowing his dots to tick out and deal some huge damage. Following this, he uses an impact stun that he generated earlier to continue the chain. Cone of Colds to try and proc another impact, and then finishes the shaman with a Scorch. This win condition just goes to show how strong modifiers are, and that you don't need the perfect combustion to end the game. If Zico waited for all his stars to align, they would have missed out on this kill. You don't always need combustion to finish the game, though, as shown in this next video where Zico's able to claim victory with just shatters and crowd control. Zico starts this win condition by already having the targets low from his passive damage of Living Bomb and Scorch. And then, since he has the mana and is uncontested, he sends out some fireballs for some extra pressure. Now that he has his trinket procs, he then goes in for a Cone of Cold Shatter and generates a hot streak, which he sends out immediately with a blanket silence on the healer to prevent any incoming heals. Following this, Zico then blast waves both the melees so they're snared by 70%, and blinks over to the healer for a Dragon's Breath Sheep, which the other team can't prevent due to now being so slow. At this point, all Zico needs to do is toss out a few fire globals to finish off the game as the Bearform Druid desperately tries to shake it off in the middle of the map. So, as you can see, with good tracking of your modifiers and well-timed crowd control, waiting for combustion for your win condition really isn't necessary at all.